Now, let us talk about steepest descent method, the most basic method of optimization, multidimensional optimization with line search. So the method is very simple. At every iteration we just go in direction of minus gradient with some step size. It may be performed with accurate line search, non-accurate line search, and other options. It's known that gradient direction is direction of steepest descent, and that's why the name of the method. So it's direction of fastest decrease of function at given point. Seemingly it should be the fastest method, but we will illustrate that it's not so in general. Assume that our objective function f has a narrow valley, so its level lines which are drawn here for two-dimensional example are elongated here in direction of x1. What our method does, so we start from some initial point x0, and we want to get to solution which is here. So our first direction will be direction of minus gradient, and it's known that gradient is orthogonal to level line. Level line is direction of constant function value, and gradient is direction of fastest decrease of function. So they are orthogonal to each other. We go in this direction and assume that we want to get the most from this direction. We do accurate line search. We minimize our function in direction of d0, which is minus gradient 0. When we get to the minimum with respect to step size alpha, the derivative of our one-dimensional function phi of alpha should be 0. And this derivative, like we already learned, it's directional derivative of our objective in direction d. And we know that directional derivative is inner product of gradient at the point when we are staying. Suppose we are staying in the point x1 after minimization, of gradient at this point, new gradient, with the direction d0. So this inner product should be 0. It means that new gradient will be orthogonal to our previous direction. And then we continue with line search in new direction and so on. As you can see even from this simple picture, our method starts zigzagging as narrow become more and more valley to become more and more narrow, zigzags become smaller, and the method will converge slower and slower. Now, let us talk about convergence rate quantitatively. Suppose that, for simplicity, that our function is just quadratic form x transpose ax, and for the beginning we even assume that A is diagonal matrix with lambda 1 and lambda 2 on diagonal. In this case, our function is just lambda 1 x1 squared plus lambda 2 x2 squared. And when lambda 1 is small and lambda 2 is large, the level set of the function will look as in the way we showed in the first part. We can understand because to get to the level line with some constant value, we should change x2 to smaller extent and change x1 to get to the same value. And in general, if matrix A is not diagonal, it has eigenvalue decomposition, and the level lines should also look like ellipses. Only the axis of ellipses will constitute eigenvectors of the matrix. But the general picture in those axes will be the same. It will be elongated in direction of small eigenvalues and short in direction of larger eigenvalues. It is known that steepest descent possesses linear convergence. What does it mean, linear convergence? It means that discrepancy, difference between current objective function value and the optimal at next iteration is less or equal than some constant multiplied by discrepancy on previous iteration. And if we know eigenvalues of our matrix A, then one can show that convergence rate is given by this formula. It's lambda max minus lambda min divided by lambda max plus lambda min squared. When ratio between lambda min and lambda max is small, one can show that approximately it will be like this expression, and it will be 1 over theta. Theta is condition number. You know, for any matrix, condition number is ratio between maximal and minimal eigenvalue. Okay. Let us consider a numerical example to understand what is meaning of this formula. For example, let's consider matrix with condition number 1000. Then convergence rate is 1 minus lambda min divided by lambda max of 1 over theta. It will be 0.999. It means that discrepancy of our objective function will decrease very slowly, and it will take many steps of steepest descent to get to some reasonable accuracy. On the opposite side, if we consider situation when lambda max is equal to lambda min, it means that all eigenvalues of the matrix are the same, and actually our matrix is proportional to identity matrix. And in this case, level line of our matrix will be spheres, or circles in two-dimensional case. And of course, if you start from any point, the gradient is orthogonal to level line, it will look exactly to direction to the center. In one line search, in one iteration, we will decrease our error to 0. And this formula says the same. So lambda max minus lambda min will be 0, so convergence rate will be 0, and it will converge inwards. I just want to add that this result with convergence rate is valid not only for quadratic objective function, but for general functions with the only general twice differentiable functions, with the only difference that those lambda max and lambda min will be just corresponding eigenvalue of Hessian matrix.